You're tuned in to The Thinking Class with Lawrence D. Adams. Let's go.
Salute everybody. This is Lawrence D. Adams. I am in a special location today. I'm actually out and about. I went to a workspace and I'm here. But today we're talking about you're not thinking big enough. And I want you right now to actually hit the chat room. If you're listening to me, if you can hear me loud and clear, let me know in the chat room. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, what's going on? What's going on, True Savage? Good to see you, brother. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's get it going. I'm actually not at the house studio. I'm actually out in a workspace. If you can hear me clearly, let me know in the chat room. Let me know, because I'm testing out new mics that I've bought for this for production. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. But today we're going to talk about you not thinking big enough. And if it's an echo, let me know too, because I can adjust all of that too right on the fly. Salute, what's going on, everybody? Oh, it's good to get to see the brethren coming in, get to fellowship, get to see the fellowship of the brothers. And I am out and about, so let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you can hear me loud and clear, because I'm testing out this new mic that I have right here. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Put number 1 in the chat room. I need to know if you guys, brothers, can hear me clearly. If not, I need to do something different. I need to know you can hear me clearly, loud and clear. You can hear me good. I'm not gonna belabor good. And I can move around too, so that's a good thing. So I can move around if I need to. But let me drop something on it. We've been talking about the power of going within and seeing everything. But I realize a lot of guys, especially on these YouTube streets, and a lot of content creators and a lot of people who are listening to content creators, listening to different people, they don't think big enough. Let me say that again. The number one thing they don't do is they do not think big enough. And many times why we don't think big enough is because we have not seen big enough. So let me say that again. One of the reasons why people you're not thinking big enough is because you have first not seen big enough. It is amazing. I remember when I'm from St. Clair, I call it St. Clair, down the street from Bone Thugs and Harmony. And one of the things I had to do is I had to think bigger than just St. Clair and the school I went to and the people I interacted with. I had to think bigger. And sometimes the reason why a lot of men do not think bigger is because they have not seen bigger. They have not seen things at a larger scale. If you're still swimming in the same pond that you were swimming at 2 years ago, even a year ago, even 6 months ago, you are not ready for this message. This ain't for you. This message ain't for you. What I'm about to say ain't for you. But I'm talking about those men who are ready to think bigger. And then we got to really define what I mean bigger. Bigger than what you're seeing. If you're around people who are still thinking at the same level they've been thinking at right as they were before, you're in the wrong circle. Let me say that again. If you're not thinking, if you're around the same people that you were last year and they're not going anywhere, you're as a prime candidate that you're not thinking big enough. The key to thinking bigger is first. Let me say this. The first thing you have to do is you have to you have to be in an environment that actually shows that you are that produces and is conductive for you to think bigger. A lot of men don't think big enough. A lot of women don't think big enough. We're going to talk about the women's side of it too, so you better listen to what I'm about to say. But one of the first things is, and I know I repeat myself because I'm in a new environment, people watching, I'm in a new environment, and this is a real environment, so I don't want you to think this ain't a phony background, but I want you to really get this. When I realized that the environment that I was in was not big enough, I began to go to environments that were bigger than what I was. That's crazy because this morning I've been thinking what the TTC will be about, and is in a business level, becoming a bit on a business level. Oh, wow, you got to expound on that. You got to expound it. That's crazy. That's crazy because this morning I've been thinking what the TTC will become in a business level, right? And I've been working on that. So let me get this. If you're still, the reason why a lot of us men, let me say men, have not gone to the next level is because we're not in the right environments to push us to think bigger. And if you, as you see, I'm in a workspace because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change the big environment, but I want you to really get this. The reason why a lot of men do not think bigger because they're not in the right environment and they're not around the right people to push them to think bigger. I'm guilty of it. I've been there. I've seen it, and it is crazy. So you got to get into the environment that speaks to your dreams, that speaks to your possibilities. You got to get into the environment that talks back to you and says you can have more. But if you're around the same environment, the same people doing the same thing, you're not going to do any better. I don't care. Ain't no way around it. You got to be in an environment that pushes you to want more. You got to be in an environment that pushes you to want more and to be more. And I'm gonna say this: we talk about this all the time on here, but I seen something recently on Instagram. It was this guy. It was in Africa. He wanted to catch this monkey. And what he did was he ended up putting some food out. And I want you to get this about thinking bigger. He put some food out and he ended up catching the monkey and putting a rope around him and tying him to a tree. So when he tied the monkey around the tree, the next thing he did was he began to give that monkey some salt. So the monkey said, wait a minute, salt? And the monkey began to take in the salt, took in the salt. But this is the catch. After the monkey had all the salt that he wanted, the man let the monkey go And guess what the monkey did? He ran he knew the monkey ran to the next place where the water was. Come on. Oh, come on. Yeah, I saw that. He used the monkey to find water. Some of y'all are not the reason why you're not thinking big enough is because first, like the monkey, you have not got enough salt in you you're comfortable in where you at. That you would get so dissatisfied that you're going to run and find the water that's going to fill you. The water where you at right now, it's not the water that should be sustaining you. But the problem is you have not become thirsty enough for something bigger. Let me say that again. Salute. What's going on, Will? Good to see you. Good to see you, Will. Good to see you, bro. I got my claps on here right here, but salute to see you. Let me say that again. I know I'm not trying to call anybody a monkey, but I want you to get this. A lot of you guys don't realize you've been tied up in your mind, mentally, spiritually, physically. And people have been piecemealing you, giving you different things to satisfy you. But it's only when you get thirsty enough, and I mean thirsty, that you get dissatisfied where you are at, that you will run to find the water that's going to sustain you. Now, the other side of this is this. You got to be smart enough to have big enough dreams to know who's your monkey to lead you to where you need to go. Let me say that again. You have to be smart enough to know what do you need to tie up to lead you to where you need to go, to lead you to your dreams. Come on. You got to develop the ability to recognize access. Yep. And this is what this tribal man did. He realized that this monkey, if he did the right thing, this was going to be an access to his ability to go get water. Some of y'all, the reason why you're not thinking big enough is because you're not thinking strategically enough. You're not thinking how you can get there. You need to find out in this analogy that I'm using, you need to find out, where is that monkey? What is that can lead you to where you need to think bigger and go greater? You're thinking too damn small. You're thinking below who you are. Some of y'all are just like the monkey. Some of y'all just like the tribal man. But you got to realize you cannot. What's going on? You cannot, at this season in your life, and I'm talking to you, brothers, allow your light to go dim. I know you got things going on. I know your finances may be funny. I know your girlfriend might be acting crazy. I know your wife might be doing different things. I know things may not be going out right, but you cannot in this season allow your light to dim in this season. You have to think bigger. You have to be like that tribal man. He thought of a strategy so that he can find water. The reason why you're not thinking bigger is because you have not thought of a strategy to get to bigger. You have not thought of a strategy on how to get to bigger. And so what happened is you begin to settle for you begin to settle for a little drink of water when you can have the whole ocean of water. But now I'm about to get your scuba gear because I'm about to go deeper now. It's time to go deeper. The problem, the next thing is you don't realize that to think bigger is not an outward thing, but to think bigger is an inward conviction or inward landscape that you must have. A lot of men, and I'm going to say this, a lot of men do not go within and begin to play in the imaginations, which is the playground of the gods. When you begin to go within and actually think bigger, that you can accomplish more than what you see on your environment. So the reason why a lot of men do not think bigger, a lot of women don't think bigger, people don't think bigger, is because they are hypnotized by what they see on the outside. They're hypnotized by the 3D realm. They're hypnotized by the lack. They're hypnotized of what the car they have, or couldn't they have, or the credit they have, things that are going on. And so when you're hypnotized by the 3D, your dreams becomes what? Small. You are not thinking big enough. So you must go within and begin to think bigger on the inside. What do you mean, LDA? You realize that either you're going to be hypnotized from what's going on the outside of you, or you're going to be hypnotized on what's going on the inside of you first. Shout out to my brother. He joined the Dems. Bigger for me is first self-success, second generational wealth, third tribe success. TTC and is the tribe, correct? And I'm telling you, the moment you go within and begin to play in your imagination and begin to live there and begin to think bigger and see possibilities, why can't you have generational wealth? Why can't you own property in 3 different states? Why can't you own property over in another country? Why can't you have money that's coming in? Why can't you have a healthy relationship? Why can't you have a healthy marriage? Why? Because you're not thinking big enough. You've been hypnotized. Matter of fact, society, social media, some of us content creators have hypnotized you to believe the 3D realm, that ain't no good women. It ain't no good things going on. Everything is going down. The stock market's doing this. You're hypnotized by everything around you, but you have not been convinced on the inside of you that what I see on the inside of me is greater than what I see on the outside of me. You have to think bigger. Let me say that again. You have to think bigger. Show just started and we're already on some law of attraction. You already know it. I'm always on beyond that. You have to think bigger. You have to go within and begin to project on the canvas of your world. Let me help somebody else because they ain't gonna get this. You have to get out of the only way you could begin to think bigger is when you stop thinking like a consumer and begin to think like a creator. Let me help because y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you from experience, from where I'm at, things I'm telling you, please pick up what I'm putting down while I'm in this new space. You have to get out of the mindset of a consumer. A consumer would never think bigger. A creator is always thinking, how do I create my world that I'm living in? You're not thinking big enough when you are a consumer. You're thinking about what I can consume, and go, take in, take. But a creator is thinking about what he can give, and he begins to paint on the canvas of his life and the people around his life what he sees. How are you getting out of the way of becoming a consumer to becoming a creator? When you say, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I don't get all the money, I don't care nothing about none of your excuses. A creator is always thinking about how can I shape my world and things around me. The reason why you're not thinking bigger is because you are a consumer. Consumers are always thinking about how can I take. A creator is thinking about how can I create. How do you create? You create what you see inside and you project into the world. You create by what you say. You create by what you think. You create by who you be around. Do you understand when you become a creator, you change the world around you. You change the people around you. That's why I don't get these people talking about the issues they have with women. Don't you understand that you are a creator? You chose her to be in your life, to show up, the people to show up. You are the creator by what your thoughts. What happens is we have taken them. I'm trying to get you to get your power back by being the creator and not being a consumer. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know in the chat room because I could be, I don't want to be 19 minutes into this and I don't want you to pick up. I want you to really pick up what I'm putting down. I got people watching. Let me know. You have to go within and become the creator. What do I mean by that? That means you have to own your power. You cannot think bigger, and you cannot think bigger if you are a consumer. Faith becomes thoughts, and thoughts become actions, and action becomes reality. Let me say that again. That's good right there. You cannot, in no level, think bigger if you're not thinking from the place that you are a creator. Y'all, I know, let me help you out. When I wanted to move into a new house, when I was married, what's going on? Good to see you, Tony. Let me say that. When I wanted to move into this new house, I started seeing myself in this new house with my wife at the time. I start in my apartment that I had. I started packing up and I started buying things that I knew that were going to go into my house. This is what I did. I started talking to lenders. I started going to cleaning up my credit. I cleaned up my credit and I cleaned up my wife's credit. I paid off all her stuff. Why did I do that? Because I started thinking as a creator and not as a consumer. And so I started looking at what would it be like to be in this space. I wanted to have my own little space. She wanted her to have her little space. We had 2 bedrooms. We ended up getting a townhouse. Why? Because I began to go in my mind and begin to put the actions in place and get the right realtor, get the right inspector so that I can get this house for my family. But I couldn't do that if I was a consumer. I had to become the creator. And guess what happened? When I became the creator, she began to follow. Y'all don't want this game. Y'all don't want this game. Y'all talking about y'all want the game, the real game. When I stepped into the role as the creator, she easily for her to follow because she says, let me follow the creator. He's creating something. He's got vision. He's got mission. He got somewhere that he's going. When I became the creator and begin to think big and begin to cast my vision onto my wife at the time, guess what happened? She says, I see the vision. What can I do to help? The reason why you're losing at the game because you're in the place of a consumer and not as a place of the creator. I created a place for her to what? Decorate, to put furniture in, to have so that we can have our first child in and our second child in. I became the creator. But then I had to tell you this because she's my wife. Because you got to pick up what I'm putting down. She was qualified to be in that position. But I was thinking bigger. So I want you to really pick up what I'm putting down. Pick up what I'm putting down. I cannot emphasize it so much. Listen, brother, you already, this game, right? I don't got my. Not only did she appreciate the vision, she supported the creator. Come on, man. Come on. Right there is the game. That's the game. Not only did she appreciate the vision, she supported the creator. Creators think big and they create vision. You got to pick up the game that I'm giving you right now. I'm trust me. This what I'm saying, I'm not trying to get everybody. I don't care about the numbers anymore. I want to get right to the men and particularly the women who understand what I'm saying. When you become the creator, you'll find people who are going to support your vision. She supported the creator. She's not looking for another consumer. She's looking for a creator. The reason why you're not thinking big enough because you have not stepped into the place of being a creator. That's how you know you got a real woman. Her beauty is her duty. Is in her duty. Please, man. You throwing the game right now. I'm telling you. This is the difference. This separates the men from the boys, and this separates this. This thinking class, we're going to a place of luxury. Fine, we're going to a different place. But I'm here to tell you, when you begin to think big, you get into the place of the creator. You cannot create. How can I say this? You cannot create something. Let me say this way. You're constantly creating. Let me say this correctly. You're constantly creating all the time. So I am just pushing you and prying you to start creating something bigger on the inside. What can I say? I learned from the best. I appreciate that, man. And they should know the rest. Let me say that again. My goal today is to get you out of the place of being a consumer and get you into the mindset of being the creator, and not only just being a creator, but also realizing the power that you have inside of you to what? To think bigger than where you at right now. The only thing that's stopping us, me, you, and everybody else from going thinking bigger is what? That right there. Thank you. Right there. Never get discouraged. Trust the process. Man, I wish I had the right there. Definitely. And what happens is that's what I'm saying. This class ain't for everyone. This ain't for everyone. I am not mad. This is not for everyone. This is for a particular group of men who want to understand the spiritual side and the game at the same time. When spirituality and the game combines, you have the thinking class. But when you become the creator, you begin to create with your words. You begin to create with your look. Let me tell you, the way you walk begins to create. Your aura around you begins to create. When you become the creator, most guys are just like William said, they're discouraged, they're defeated, they're beat up, life has tear them down. But I'm here to say, pick up your rod and begin to create. Think bigger. Now, I said about environment first. The next thing I said is coming from creator, from being a consumer to creator. The next thing I'm going to say is this. When you embrace being a creator, you start realizing that you cannot be around people who think small. I don't care if they're your friends, your mama, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your father. I don't care who it is. You cannot stomach people who think small, or try to keep you small or try to look at you small. Pick up what I'm saying. Pay attention to what I'm saying. You cannot be around people who thinks small thoughts, small attitudes, who are not going anywhere. You can't thinking bigger and being around somebody small don't work. And I'm gonna give a caveat to that too. Let me say that again. You cannot, if you're gonna think bigger, you can't be around people who think small. And I'm going to tell you what to do with the people who think small, but I want you to pick up what I'm putting down. When you're thinking bigger and you're casting your vision, small people's insecurities and thoughts about themselves will try to pull you down. Let me say that again. You can't be around small people because their insecurities, their doubts, their disbeliefs. I don't know if that's going to work. Where are you going to get the money from? How that's going to take place? I don't know how that's going to work out. It's going to try to pull you down. What you do now, pay attention. You use small people for what they are. If you got small people around you and you have a big vision, you use the small people for who they are. You use them as encouragement. If they say you can't, you're right, I can. If they said, what about this? I already did. You use small people for who you don't despise them. You don't resist them. You don't even fight them. You tell them, thank you. And I thank you for what you said. I appreciate your feedback, but I'm going to use you for who you are. You are now my encouragement to make me move forward. You don't even have to tell them that. So if you realize people with great vision and who are great who are be able to cast their vision, who are creators, can't stomach being around small people. But I'm telling you to use those small people and their thinking as stepping stones to get to where you need to go. I remember some people said, well, you're not going to be able to read. You're not going to be able to do the things you're going to do. You're not going to be able to speak. You're not going to be able to get that particular car. You're not going to live in this. You're not going to live here. Guess what I did? I sat back and I just smiled and says, guess what? I will prove you wrong. I didn't tell them that. But in my mind, I went into the imagination and I said, oh, I will show you. I used them for a purpose. They have a purpose until their purpose is served. Correct. And you might say, you're arrogant for saying that. Don't hate small-minded people. Don't fight them. Don't try to go against them. Don't try to try to convince them. Oh, guess what? You ain't gonna make it. No. It's like the crabs in the bucket scenario, correct? The thinking class on another level, complete different level. Let me say, you don't fight small-minded people. You say, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. You don't know how much you helped me out. And can I go a little bit deeper in it? Let me know in the chat room if I can go a little bit deeper about small-minded people. Because I'm gonna share this. I shouldn't be sharing this. Put a 1 in the chat room. You want me to give the other side about small-minded people. If they're showing up in your life and you got a big vision and you're thinking big, let me know and put a 1 in the chat room if you want me to share about small-minded people. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I need 1 more. Come on. You're gonna. Okay, cool. Okay. Now, this is the esoteric side of it. When the small-minded person comes up with their refuting your vision, you don't fight them, but you go within and say, why are they showing up in my life? And what happens is when you go within and say, oh, why are they showing up? What you do is you readjust them and says, wow, I see them supporting my vision. I see them saying, what a good job. Only reason sometimes why small-minded people show up, because sometimes they reveal your doubts, your fears, and your unbelief in yourself. Let me see what Mamadou said. Put a bunch of crabs in a bucket and they will pull each other down and try to keep the others from escaping. Correct. But what you do is you use the small-minded person and say, oh, okay, you're just revealing a doubt or unbelief or something I don't. Okay, thank you. Let me help you. Let me readjust that. Thank you. You said I can't make it. Let me shift my mindset and go, bloop. Aha. You just reveal something that's inside of me that I'm going to adjust. And what happens is that person begins to what? Free marketing and advertising. Yep. Free marketing and advertising. Yep. And so what that person does is they reveal inside of you what you may be thinking, what you've been considering. I remember when I started doing this thinking class, and we shift from the thinking class because it was the Mr. L radio show and I was talking game and all this stuff like that. But I remember when I started out this, I had people that say, oh man, you ain't gonna make it. Uh-oh, somebody see, we're gonna talk, there it is right there. There it is right there. There it is. Somebody paying attention. I remember people were talking about, man, you ain't gonna be able to do it. When I first started doing podcasts in 2007 with MySpace, and I was on radio for a minute, and people were doubting me. They said, you couldn't make it. You ain't gonna make it. You don't have the look. You don't have the voice. You don't know what you're talking about. You didn't finish college. You didn't finish school. They didn't understand that I was an autodidact. Anyway, that's another for somebody else. I'm an autodidact. That means you're self-taught. And I remember people were coming against me bad. Even family members were coming against me bad about what I do. And I realized they were just reflecting back to me what I was thinking. But what I did was I shifted my focus on what they were saying, and shifted and said, you know what? I do have a voice. I do have a message. I do want to give game. I do want to share my experience. I want to share my point of view on what the game is, what spirituality is, and how men can win in life. The moment I began to think bigger and said, I'm going to reach people from around the world with my voice, with my mind, with my message. Guess what happened? Guess what happened? People begin to, the doubters became my what? Cheerleaders. The people who said I couldn't do it, guess what? What the people who said, oh man, I always believed in you, pimping. I always thought you had it. But it wasn't until the moment I became so convinced in myself and seeing the bigger picture that I wasn't just going to reach people in my neighborhood, but I wanted to reach people globally with my message. Guess what happened? The people who thought small, guess what? Became my cheerleaders. They became the people who spread the message about who I was, or what I can do. Did it happen overnight? Overnight? No, it didn't happen overnight. There you go. You guys are getting it. Your voice became strong. Is strong. I appreciate that. You got to be careful with interacting with people who want you to see, not for you, but for the right there. It's a good point right there. Good point. I'm gonna go back to the control the story, control the character. You got to be careful with interacting with people who want you to succeed, not for you, but for them. There's some game right there. There is some freaking game right there. That'll be point number 4. When you're thinking bigger, watch the people who want you to succeed, but it's not for you, it's for them. Y'all need to let that marinate in the crevices of your mind. Everybody who wants you to succeed, who say they want you to succeed, they want you to succeed for them. Oh, I had people around me like that too. When you're thinking bigger and you're thinking, we're here for you. I got your back, LDA. I'm down with you 10 toes down. They want you to succeed so that they look good. That right there, y'all better get right now. Be careful when interacting with people who want you to succeed, not because they want you to succeed, but because they get something out of you succeeding. Oh, I had people around me like that. I had people, oh, you doing good? Ooh, I'm telling you, watch people. Let me say it this way. Be careful of people who are giving you unsolicited flattery words. And they only want you to succeed because it makes them look good. Or you'll ask some good questions. With the questions, though, let me get this. Let me see. Use that same energy productively and efficiently improve yourself. A person who wants you to succeed for you will encourage you, assist you accomplish. You will without question bless them. What if they make an investment? That's a good question. I don't know why I'm giving this game away about thinking bigger. Man, I gotta breathe on this because this is good. And I'm gonna say it the street way. I'm gonna say it the street way. All money ain't good money. Let me say that again. All money ain't good money. Y'all ain't picking up. When you're thinking bigger and someone wants to invest in whatever you're going or where you're accomplishing, you got to think, what is their ulterior motive of why they are doing that? All money ain't good money. All investment ain't good investment. All people who want to give, you need to check their motives and their intentions on why they're doing that. That's just, I'm telling you, I had people who gave and they wanted to use the money that they gave me to try to control me. Doc, one thing you will not do is play with my time and you will not control me. Let me break it down a little bit more street level for you. Just a little bit more. Let's go to LDA of the dark right now. Just because she gave you the kitty cat, that is not an investment. I got to say that for somebody. Somebody needs to hear that. Just because she gave you the kitty cat, that is not an investment into thinking bigger. But all money ain't good money. You need to find out why are they giving this money? Because some people give money with strings attached. Let me say that again. Some people give money with strings attached. They want to say, I'm giving this money because I want them to do what I want them to do and go to where I need to go. I've seen people use money to try to control people. But your vision, you have to have a big enough vision and discernment and understanding. You will not use that to control me. Let me say that. You will not use money to control me. No. This goes from whether you have a big business, or if you have a large business, you got to realize people sometimes try to use investments to invest into your vision to try to control you. Don't allow them to do that. Make sure you got that game inside of you. So you're talking about thinking bigger. And I see what you said. Most deals are best left on the table. Or did they learn when they flipped it? Most people didn't learn from when they flipped the table. Standing on principles, correct. Because you got to realize when you begin to think bigger, you're going to attract. Let me say this, because I think a lot of men need to hear this. When you begin to embody thinking bigger, your energy, we can say, or your spirit around you begins to change. Have you been around somebody who just, I ain't nobody. I ain't gonna, hey, how y'all doing? Got their head down and can you give me $1? What do you think about when you see a person like that? You like, man, all right. But when a person has great vision and who thinks big, it's like the space around them begins to engulf you. It's almost like you create almost like a vortex around you when you begin to draw people and draw good things around you because you think bigger. People can tell if you have a small mentality or if you have a large mentality. You begin to draw people, they don't even know it. They say, I don't know what it is about you, but you something about you. What is it? Confidence in their bit. That's what a lot of men missing. They don't think big enough and they are not convinced of it, and they have that embodied it. And guess what? You don't understand your vision. When you think big, you will repel people and you will attract people. Let me say that again. When you think big, you will repel some people and you will attract some people. Be okay with that. When you think bigger, when you have a big mentality, or you have a big vision of what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, where you want to go, you will attract some people and you will also repel some people and you will have some haters. I wish I could play Shirley Low right now. Bigs up to all my haters. You will have some haters. You will have people who will not like that you think so big. You will begin when you have big vision, when you begin to think bigger. Guess what happens? You begin to draw in people, situations, circumstances that you would have not thought in when you were thinking smaller. The moment I begin to think bigger about my life and where I wanted to go, even this space right now, if I can show you how big this space is I'm at right now, it's amazing. I wanted to get out of my, the studio at my house, but I begin to think bigger. I begin to expand my mental palette and think big enough. But like I said before, when you begin to think bigger, you don't think bigger because of what you see on the outside. You think bigger because of what you see on the inside. Let me say that again. You think bigger because of what you see on the inside. Because of what you see on the inside. Let me go to my next point about you're not thinking big enough. One of the telltale signs that you're not thinking big enough, and y'all need to, this is just practical, plain and simple. One of the things, you are still doing the same thing that you were doing 6 months to a year ago. You have not done anything different. You have not gone in the workplace different. You have not talked to anybody different. You have not talked to the girl you wanted to talk to. You have not grown in your money. You have not expanded you have not stretched yourself. You are a telltale sign that you are not thinking bigger. You need to be honest. Don't come up being fake around here. This is the gospel of responsibility around here. You need to be completely transparent. Wow, I've been here before. Wow, I had this vision before. I've been here. But a telltale sign is that you have not grown as a man in the past 6 months or to a year. You have not grown as a man in the last 6 months to a year. You have not expanded. You have not taken on a new discipline. You have not got your money together. You're not improved. You have not improved anything around you. If you've been listening to anything I've said on this thinking class, it is for you to think bigger, but for you to take some action and improve something around you. Inventory check. Come on now. Come on. I'm going to check your fruit. I'm telling you, this is the thing. This is the thing that stops us, stops me, stops anybody else. Is you talking about you're not thinking big enough. You have not grown in the last 60 days to a year, 60 days, 90 days, whatever. You have not grown. I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing for the past month or two. I'm 3 times out of the week. I make sure I go to the gym and lift weights. I do my running, I lift weights, I work on my upper body, I deadlift, I make sure I'm going to the gym. Second of all, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. Second of all, I'm changing the content that I listen to on YouTube and the people around me. How I'm thinking bigger also too, I'm thinking about, okay, how can I got my passport, I need to exercise and start using my passport. I need to put some things on my credit. I need to expand the people. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I need to talk to some people that I normally don't talk to. I need to tell them about what I do, how I help men, how I help women. Why? Because I have to get out of my comfort zone, and I have to stretch myself. You can't say you thinking bigger if you ain't stretching yourself. I don't care what you say. You can come up here and talk. Oh, this fire, man, this is good. Somebody caught it. I also see you reaching out to you caught that. Bom dia. Good morning. Obrigado. I'm spending what? Speaking Portuguese. I also seen you reaching out. Right. I'm expanding who I am. Yes, I'm reaching out to the people in Brazil with my message. I'm taking a risk of learning more about crypto and AI. It's still early, and I want to be ahead and not be left behind. Oh my God, we can talk all day about that. Yes. So you can't talk about I'm drinking big, brother. I'm with you. Hi, man. You marching. I feel you, LDA. I'm with you, but you ain't taking no kind of an actions towards that. I'm learning about AI every day. I use AI every day. I'm learning about crypto. I can't tell you what crypto to buy because I bought crypto. I got certain stocks. Why? As a man, it is important that you stretch who you are, stretch what you're doing. Interact with people who do not think like you, who do not talk like you, who do not perceive like you. Because then the ultimate goal of the thinking class is to raise up men to be Renaissance men. The ultimate goal of the thinking class, and it's still 2000, and the year of the receipts, correct. It is the year of the receipts. But the ultimate goal of the thinking class is to raise up men who are Renaissance men, who can articulate in multiple digital Renaissance men, which is completely different. I'll stick to NASDAQ, and I'm looking to get into crypto as well. See, see, you guys, you expanding receipts, right? The year of receipts. Somebody's supposed to have a receipt at the end of January, but we ain't gonna say that. End of March, we ain't already in April. But I want you to get this. So you got to expand your boundaries of what you can learn and what you can do. Some of y'all, shout out to, let me do this. Shout out to Apple Wiz. Will Z, let me shout out to him. Let me shout him out. I seen your Instagram. I seen you in a tuxedo in an environment. You were in Vegas, I believe, because I got to get very good memory. And if I don't remember, I can go into the spirit and pull it out. I seen you with your tuxedo on Instagram. I said, this young man is expanding and growing. He's stepping into being a digital Renaissance man. You said, why are you talking about? Because I'm about fashion. If you look anything about me, it's about fashion and looking good. Suited up. He was suited. He had a suit on. He looked at professional. He still had his locks going. But guess what he was saying? I can have my suit on, but I can also wear something else. This is what I'm talking about. But if all you want to do is these women is for the streets, and I can't get no kitty cat, and I can't do nothing. Ain't nobody. This ain't the channel for you, because we don't got no victimhoods over here. But I have to give a shout out to the brother. He had the tuxedo on, and it looked good on him. I didn't see your shoes, because next thing I was going to look is the tuxedo you had on. I see the tie that you had on, but I wanted to see the shoes you were rocking. Why? Because it shows that you are expanding as a man. Let me say, when you have big vision, when you're drinking big enough, your mental palate changed, your inner palate changed, but the way you carry yourself and the way you dress will change. I'm going to do something I haven't did in a while. I'm going to, because I got a little time here. Got to make sure how much time I got on my computer before it shuts off. But I'm going to, if you want to come up, this is a good opportunity to come up and share today. I'm going to open it up. But I want to shout him out. This brother was suited up. He was in the scene. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. But if you want to come up, you want to share a little bit what we're talking about. If you're talking about your mama, you want to talk about how girls left you, I ain't reading on this. I realized one of the biggest problems that a lot of men have is they don't think big enough. They don't think they can make it. They don't have a place where someone is encouraging them that they can think bigger. They don't have an environment that people are going to say, no, you didn't do right, but do it this way. As you know, governor is he's on my head every other day. We having a conversation. Shout out to Gov. Why? To think bigger, that you can accomplish more, that you can do more. Sometimes the reason why you're not thinking bigger because you ain't getting the encouragement that you need. You ain't got nobody in your ear saying, yo, you can do this. My dude, he ain't popped up. Shout out. See how this sound. Salute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Good, good, good. Salute, brother. Salute. Man, tell me about that suit.
Yes. What's going on? LDA, the thinking class. What's up, everybody? Yeah, that was in January. Um, I basically got invited to a gala.
Come on, talk about it.
So I got invited to a gala, basically off of this app that I was playing around with, and I was like, I've been in the house all year last year. It's a new year. Let's start it off right. Year of receipts. Suit up. I got a tuxedo, and I had a vision also for the jacket to sparkle. That was the key. I wanted the jacket to sparkle. So, I looked around, got the right jacket, the right suit, and yeah, I flew to Vegas. That was my first time in Vegas. So it was really good to like go out there and have a reason to go out there. I got invited to the gala. It was nice. Met people in real life. Amazing time. I gotta post a full body. The shoes are on point too.
Okay, because you can't be a part of the thinking class and LDA representation dress fly and
Yes,
your
exactly.
shoes your shoes busted and disgusted and your fit ain't right because I'm about to pull your card.
You know what I'm saying? I know. Jordans, I did not wear Jordans at the event. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it, man.
You couldn't do it.
When you get to a certain maturity level,
Tell
you
them,
gotta
tell
get
them.
the tuxedo shoes.
You got the tuxedo. You got the patent leathers.
Yeah. Yeah, a little shine, had like a bow on it, some studs.
That's what separates. So you were able to read the environment that you were going into to say, hey, I got to think bigger. I can't come with some patent leather Jordans. I got to come with the patent leather tuxedo shoes. Until when I walk in there, I'm making a statement.
I'm making a statement. That's right. You know, young adult, I'm changing the game. I'm setting an example. I'm leading by
Who,
example.
who's the only one that leads? Creators.
That's right.
But you did have the shout out to. I don't got my claps, but you set the tone. When I seen that tuxedo, I was like, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yep.
Because I want men, especially men, to realize you can't talk about you got big vision and you dressing like you just got. I mean, you got work gear on, you got work gear, but if you can't dress wrong, and you talking about you got big vision. Oh, I'm going to the White House. Dress like that.
Right.
Oh, then you said that somebody said the accessories. You gotta have the right accessories. You gotta have the right
Exactly.
watch.
And,
Talk
also, you got to do what you can with what you got, too.
talk
You
about
know?
that.
So, I'm not going to lie. I didn't spend 4,000 on it, on the tuxedo. They spent about like 350. But you got to work with what you got. Ask around. Do your research. If you look hard enough, you will find what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that I wanted to look for something nice in my budget, so I could still have some money to go out there and play with.
I'm gonna ask you a
And
question that's very important. This is good.
yeah,
When you stepped into that gala, and how were you treated? Because this is part of having a big vision. I'm
oh,
thinking big. How were you treated?
it was honestly very, very different. Very different. I'm talking about just by strangers seeing me, like, whoa, who is this guy? Wedding? What's going on?
Hmm.
Praises though. They all told me, I looked amazing. Yeah, it was really prestigious. I felt like I was part of like a royal family,
Hmm. Hmm.
real royalty.
So what did that do? Because I'm asking pointed questions for reasons. What did that do for your internal landscape? How you felt about yourself?
Internally, it really makes you walk with a certain stature.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, you walking with your chest out now.
Hmm.
And the shoes, you know, I don't want to get my shoes dirty. You watching where you walk. I don't want to even like hit like a wall or something with the shoe. You know what I mean? So I'm
Hmm.
walking different.
Hmm.
I'm talking different now because now it's like, well, I'm suited and booted. You know, I can't. Hey, how are you? You know what I'm saying? The tone of your voice is working. You're excited, and yeah, it really does amazing for your inner confidence, and you're starting to really believe that part. The
Hmm.
belief, the inner confidence is both going back to back, and then it's just life. It's happening.
Hmm.
I had an amazing night.
So this the next question. Would you suggest for any man or any woman, particularly the men, because it's a men's channel, as part of the thinking class, to get a suit or get a tuxedo or go to an event like that?
Well, yes, yes. Well, I guess I kind of see that's why the idea of, you know, KS, shout out to KS for saying, you know, men should get a suit. You know,
Hmm.
because even when you get even walking into the suit store, you're looking at all
Hmm.
these suits, and it's just like, wow.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the mannequin. You know, not to say like, but yeah, I could. That's me in the suit. Maybe I'll
Hmm.
switch it up a little bit, different colors, but it's certain stature of wearing a suit versus, you know, just regular casual wear, denim. The formality of it, it
Hmm.
definitely has an energy to it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm glad to hear that, because I want other men to understand that what we talk about here in the thinking class is not something that we just talk about. I seen you in the tuxedo. This is
You
something
live
that you
this.
did,
It's the
because I seen
becoming
you.
class, the
It's
being
the becoming
class.
class, right? And that's the difference. And you showed your receipts with your tuxedo, but also too, you got to. Now I'm gonna got to give. Of course, I got to give myself a plug. But you also see my Instagram. You see
Say
my
it again.
Instagram. I said I have to give myself a plug because you see my Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just got back on Instagram. I didn't have it,
Right.
but I only follow a few people. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep
Mhm.
my what I intake clean and good. So I follow you. I follow a couple people that I like.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, that's it. I don't even care about followers on there. You know who follows me.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
them. Yeah. But
But
I
I
see it
appreciate.
as it's a good platform. You know, to promote your business and do your thing. So
Right, right. Yeah, I appreciate that. I wanted to make sure I shouted you out, because real people don't believe what you say; they believe what other people say about you.
that's a fact. And I
It's-
could testify. Excuse me. I could testify as a receipt. You know, like being in the thinking class and just coming across this channel. It's a really interactive channel. You're always it's repetitive, but it's repetitive to get instilled in people the idea of what's going on here. You know,
Mhm.
for those that don't understand, LDA definitely helps to try to at least get you to think. That's what it's all about, the thinking class. And
Mhm.
you thinking with your brain up here, so you're already on a higher level,
Mhm.
you know, and doing things like the money challenge, the mirror challenge, it's helped. And I never stopped.
Or
I
you
really
never
never
stop the money
stopped.
challenge.
I never stopped. I got money always coming around. Now it's not easy. It's not like, all right, I'm gonna scratch and hit the lotto, but
You can.
it's an energy. It has happened. He has said it's happened. But it's an energy.
Yeah. I now that's funny. We haven't did the mirror challenge or the we got to do that money challenge. That money challenge is It's powerful. I was talking to someone from New Jersey yesterday, and he was telling me about an individual. Every time they play the number, they win. And we're not condoning anybody playing the number. So I want to say this: we're not saying gambling, you to gamble, but this particular person that we knew who's passed on, may he rest in peace. Anytime he played the number, he always win. But it was because how he thought. He didn't think that he was going to win the lottery. He played the lottery because he knew he was a winner already. Two different mindsets. If you plan to win the lottery, you already lost. But you plan because you're a winner, you're going to always win.
Right.
Two different ways. Were you picking up what I'm putting down?
No, definitely. This is advanced level. And it actually took me a little bit of time. I'm probably still practicing it, but I definitely get what you're saying, you know?
So when like we talking about thinking bigger, when you become the person, when you embody that you are that winner, that you are that man who can get women at any time, guess what happens? You don't have to force it. It happens all the time because it's just who you are. We always hear this. Like attract like. But you got to become what you want to like. You have to become what you want. You have to become what you like to attract.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the moment you become that man with the tuxedo on, guess what everybody did? They begin to treat you a certain kind of way.
That's right.
But your internal landscape had to change, and you was like, you know what? I am that person. I'm walking here like I always say, walk like you own the place. Don't walk like you just nobody. No, that ain't go. You ain't gonna never win that way.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially, I definitely feel that, especially when you pay the price.
What do you mean?
Like, it doesn't matter if it's $2, $300. I paid the price.
Mm-hmm.
I earned that dollar, and then I put it on the table in exchange for that tuxedo. So I paid the cost to be the boss. You know what I'm saying? I paid to go to Vegas. I paid to stay at that hotel. You know, so it's like, put your money where your mouth is. I did it.
I'm trying to tell you, most people don't understand that's the real game. Trust me, I can go in about female nature. I can tell you about what to do and what not to do, how to get the number, what to say. Until you realize that you are the man, none of that stuff, all that stuff is outward things until you change who you are on the inside. When you pay the price, guess what's going to happen? It get twice as nice.
Yes.
When you pay the price, it gets twice as nice.
When you pay the price, it's twice as nice.
And we didn't get no sponsors. We didn't get no sponsors for today's show today. And I didn't talk some good game. And I'm about to go. So I got a burger that I already paid for at the restaurant in this area where I'm at. So we get someone sponsor Super Chat Cash App from $1 to $5 to $5,000. Make sure you you paid attention with your mind, pay attention with your dime.
Amen.
Pay attention. So what's going on? So what's going on, everybody? Doing well. You got to go back and listen to this, bro. You got to go back and listen to this because this was good. But yeah, definitely.
Baby.
Yeah. So you pay attention with your mind. Make sure you pay attention with your dime. So definitely make sure you do that. This is Lawrence D. Adams. I'm about to jump off, but I'm going to say this too before we go.
I'm out here in the city.
I know you out there in the city. I do have the consultation and the coaching. The price is about to go up. The price is about to go up. I ain't gonna tell you what the price is gonna be, but baby, it's about to go up. Let me see what you're saying. If your bankroll is low, you can dress like $1 million out at the thrift store. That's very true.
That's very true.
I wish I could pull the picture up, but it's a picture. Let me see if I got it. Because you said that, brother. I'm gonna bring this picture because you said something. Just because you said that. And I'm about to bring this picture up before I can put it on the screen of the fit I got on. I want you to see something because you didn't do something, and then I gotta go. Okay, I can't play that because I get in trouble. If you, whoops, let me. Hope y'all can see that outfit.
Oh yeah, I seen that picture.
You see that? You seen that picture?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody see that picture? I'm about to get some game right quick. I'm about to get some game. See how fit that is? Pocket square.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody see it. I want it. The screen and went. Let me. We can't play the music. I want everybody to see it. I'm putting it up there. So I got to put the camera on. I don't want to show you. Ooh, who's that girl? No, I want you to see that right there. See that fit? Everybody see that fit? That jacket is from the Goodwill.
That jacket was fire too, with the red, like a gray kind of fabric. I don't know the fabric, but
yeah, like a tweed.
Tweed. There we go.
And that shirt, I'm gonna give you the real game. That shirt is from Target, $11.
And when you put it on, how did you feel?
Oh, I walked into the space like I own it. I feel like $1 million.
Look at that.
I want everybody to see it. It's
Fashion
all in how
model FDA, man.
Please, Target, $11 shirt. Goodwill.
They want to know where they got that outfit. Like,
right, jeans. So when you talking about game, y'all better get into the consultation behind the scenes. I can get you together fashion-wise, get you together mind-wise, and I can get that game right for you.
Right, man. Dove soap.
Dove soap. They don't know about that Dove soap. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it. And I do gotta go. I know the burger should be ready. She made a burger. My son, my youngest son, oldest son, called me, talking to this little shorty. All right. Hey, Dad, what do I do? Make sure you have protection. Make sure you have protection. Make sure you have protection. But I gave him another. I'm gonna give you this free game. He has a nice car, and he didn't want to get a hotel spot, so he wanted to, go get some baby wipes for your car. Yeah, I hope you picking out what I'm putting down.
Back seat.
Bingo. Baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes for your car. You never know what may happen.
Unscented.
Unscented. Correct. Baby wipes, unscented.
Yeah,
don't get
y'all
the one
not
with
gonna get game like this anywhere.
Anywhere.
Nowhere.
Baby wipes. Get the baby wipes for the car. I even have I had the baby wipes, and I was going on a picnic, and I also have the ones with the toilet wipes, whatever, for the toilets for your behind. Yeah, so I got 2 wipes. I'm just saying, y'all picking up when I put down. I had to go to LD After Dark a little bit. But with that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Hope you got something today from what I shared. I'm about to go have my burger. Call it a day. Thank you for listening to me. Let me know in the chat room right now how many you guys are here. Because I'm about to look at I got a little bit more battery left. But did you enjoy what I'm saying and picked up today? Put a number 1 in the chat room. Put a number 1 in the chat room. I'm about to put my glasses on and go get my burger. I'm about to go get my burger. I found a new place. Put a number 1 in the chat room. I got something today. Don't forget the Cash App is going. If you need the Cash App, send a Cash App through. Sponsor the show for today. I go live once a week. Send a Cash App, Super Chat. Make sure you sponsor what we're doing here today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cut up with all the videos. This was a good one. Caught up with all the video. Good. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You say, why you asking for it? Because you paid attention with your mind. Now you need to pay attention with your dime. So definitely if you do that, I appreciate it. Thank you for listening. I don't have my outro music. Man, I am definitely got to get a portable board. I like being here now. I guess I got a new place. Let me get this. I got some music I can play that I don't get dinged for. gonna be out of here. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm out.